Hello, everybody. This is kind of poorly lit down here, but welcome to my channel. My name is Kira, and we're in a different location, filming-wise, because today I'm going to be doing the TBR tag, as you can probably tell from the video title. And the reason why we're all the way down here is because this is my TBR shelf. I'm actually quite proud of how tiny it is, because if it's full like it is right now, I can't buy more books because I don't have anywhere to put more books. Hi, Milo. I'm down here so the cats can reach me now. So this is my TBR shelf. We're doing the TBR tag. Here we go. Let's jump into it. First question is, how do you keep track of your TBR? This is how I keep track of my TBR. These are the books that I own. I also just have my 2 read books on my Goodreads, which I have my phone here to answer some of these questions because I can't justify buying every single book I want to read. So a lot of them are either an ebook or I don't own them, and that's why I'm going through Goodreads, just because I don't have a physical copy of it to show, but like it's still on my TBR. I think I only have like 100 and something books on my 2 read shelf on Goodreads anyways, so it's not like it's a big jump from the 30 books that are here or whatever. So yeah, how do you keep track of your TBR? They're all pretty much right here, and then I also have a bunch on my Kindle app that I haven't read yet, but I'm just slowly making my way through those. Yeah. Next question is your TBR mostly print or ebook? It's mostly print. I do have a lot of ebooks that I haven't read, but it's because I went on a spree of downloading a bunch of free Kindle books from like Sarah Cannon and Kennedy Fox that I found. So I do have a lot of books on my Kindle app right now that I haven't read, but my main TBR is just print books. How do you decide which book from your TBR you're going to read next? I don't have any like specific method. I am very mood-based in my reading, which is part of the reason why I stopped doing TBR videos, is because I will make a video, but in the moment, yeah, I really wanted to read those books, but then later on down the line, I don't want to read that book anymore, just based off of my mood and how I'm feeling. So I'm very mood-based, so a lot of it, it's just like, whatever I'm feeling, I'll pick up a book off my shelf and I'll read it. That's kind of just like how my things go. Forcing myself to read books, the only time that it comes to picking something is if I have an arc and it's coming out sometime soon. So it's kind of more like a time pressing issue. I will read those first, but that's just because they're arcs. Other than that, it's very mood based. I don't have any like specific like reasoning for reading certain books at a certain time. It's just because I decided that I wanted to read that book at that point in time. A book that has been on your TBR the longest. Oh, Jesus. Oh, a lot of these have been here for a long time. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna go... Oh, here we go. Found it! Asylum. I have owned this book since like junior year of high school. So there you go. This is the book that's been on my TBR the longest. There are quite a few books that are on there that I bought back in high school. I was trying to decipher which one is the oldest, and I'm pretty sure it's this one. This book is about a 16-year-old dude who starts going to a school, I believe, that used to be an old asylum, and it's like a horror book. I read a good chunk of it. Oh yeah, here we go. I read half of it and stopped reading it for some reason. Maybe I DNF'd it and without even realizing that I DNF'd it. It's really interesting because like the chapter titles have like illustrations and there's a lot of like pictures and stuff in the book. It's just I haven't read it yet. So this is the book that's been on my TBR for the longest. Oh, there went my phone. Yeah, there's that. Next question is a book you recently added to your TBR. physically added to my TBR. Well, this might be kind of like a spoiler to things that I'm doing in the future, but technically it's Shadow Crown, which, if you can't tell from this, I'm reading this book right now. I'm like halfway through it. This is the most recent book I've added to my TBR, along with Renegade Crew, which is right here. I bought them on Thrift Books like 2 months ago, and that's, yeah, I don't buy books very often because I don't have the money for it, so yeah, this is the most recent book that's been added to my TBR, and I'm currently reading it, so there's that. A book you added to your TBR strictly because it has a beautiful cover. I don't really know if any of these have been added strictly because of their beautiful cover. See, my thing is yes, I get drawn in by beautiful covers, but I always read the synopsis before I buy the book. Because if I read the synopsis and I don't think I'm going to like it, I just put it back. So I don't really know. I don't really impulsively buy things because I just like the cover. I'll impulsively pick things up because I like the cover. I would say probably the most impulsive thing that I ever bought because of the cover was of Beast and Beauty. I bought this at a library book sale. The library here in my town every year does a sale of a bunch of old books that they're getting rid of so they can make room for new books for the next year. And they sell like paperbacks for like $2 each, and hardcovers are like $3 each. And then by the end of it, they'll do like whatever you can fit in a box. You pay for like $10 or whatever. And my stepdad and I, when I was in high school, would go to those a lot and buy books together because he would like to look at the comic books and stuff, and he would bring me along because he knew I liked to read. And yeah, so this is A Beast and Beauty. I bought this at the library book sale. It is actually an advanced reader's copy. You can see that up there. And this book came out 2013. So, I mean, back then when I bought the book, didn't ever realize that it was a ARC. Didn't really even know that ARCs were a thing because I was like 14. But yeah, this would probably be a book that I would have bought because I thought the cover was beautiful. But yeah, normally if I think a cover is beautiful, I'll at least pick the book up and read the synopsis before I buy it, because if I read the synopsis and it doesn't intrigue me or anything, I'll just put the book back on the shelf. I'm very picky and selective when buying things because usually going into it, I'll have like a Barnes & Noble gift card or something. I know I only have so much money to spend, so that's part of the reason why I pick and choose when it comes to stuff like that, especially because books have kind of gotten a little more expensive than what I remember them being when I was younger too. Maybe that's just because it's been a long time since I would like massively just buy books. I used to only get Barnes & Noble gift cards for like my birthday and stuff from family, and so I would save them all up and I would have like $75 worth of it, and I would go and buy stuff, and then it was a little bit easier to kind of like throw being selective out the window because I had so much money. But yeah. Next question. A book on your TBR that you never actually plan on reading. I mean, they're all on my TBR because I want to read them. I could probably pick out the one that I'm least intrigued by, which I would say is maybe we'll go with this. This book is called The Cellar. It's by Natasha Preston. This is another book I got a long time ago. It's the one I'm least interested in out of all the books on my shelf as of right now. This book follows a girl who gets kidnapped and put in a cellar, and there's like a bunch of other girls that this guy like collects them and then gives them new names type of thing. I did watch a video. The channel was named something else, but the channel's name is Caleb Joseph now. I can put the link in the description where he read this book. And I don't even know if I finished the whole video, but he read like a good chunk of this book and like kind of picked it apart for how terrible a book that it is. And I don't remember how old I was when I picked it up. I might have been younger, but now I'm just kind of apprehensive about picking it up because he didn't have a very good, from what he had read and talked about, it didn't seem like something that was going to be interesting to me. So it's not something that I don't intend on reading, maybe unless I unhaul it at some point, but it definitely isn't something that I plan on picking up immediately. An unpublished book on your TBR that you're excited for. This is when we go to my Goodreads. I don't know if I have any unpublished books. Oh, actually, no. I do have an unpublished book that I'm excited for. I will put the cover here on the thing. So I didn't know this was a thing until like 2 days ago when Chandler, I don't know how to say her last name, she's another booktuber here, I follow her on Goodreads. So a while back, I guess, when Stephanie Meyer was writing Twilight, she was editing one of the books, she started writing the first book, Twilight, in the point of view of Edward. And somehow her first draft of her manuscript had gotten leaked. And so she just put it on her website, the unedited, typoed full manuscript on her website for the public to read. And so I didn't know that. And I got really excited because Chandler had said something about it. I don't even know if I'm able to find it anymore. On Goodreads. And so I went to her website because I was like, oh, well, I want to read like the first couple pages of this just to see, because like that'd be so interesting. And then I found out that the book's actually getting published later this year, August 4th or something like that, and it's called Midnight Sun, and it is, I believe it's just the first book, Twilight, in Edward's point of view, and it's coming out, and that is the most recent thing that I added to my want to read shelf that that's unpublished. So yeah, I'm excited about reading that. If you watch my reading wrap up, I just read, it's covered up actually. I just read Twilight, and here's New Moon. It's on my TBR shelf. I plan on reading the whole trilogy, and then I also have Life and Death, which is the gender bend version of Twilight, and I want to read that too. So I was really excited about seeing that, so I added that to my TBR. So that's an unpublished book on my TBR that I'm really excited about, is the book that's in Edward's point of view. Then the next question is a book on your TBR that everyone has read but you. Oh god. Here we go. This should be, just kidding, this should be easy. Pet Sematary, I'm sure that there's a lot of people on BookTube that have read this book, and just in general in my own personal life, people in my family who have read this book. I got this book for my birthday like a long time ago from my grandma because I'd asked for a bunch of Stephen King books. This book is one of them that I have not read. It is humongous. I'm kind of intimidating. Not really entirely sure what it's about. I don't remember. Also, this book is one of them. It's Mr. Mercedes. There was a cover on it, but my cat ate the book, and here are his bite marks. Thank you, Patches. I also have this book that my cousin got me for Christmas that has 3 Stephen King stories in it, and the only one that I've read is Carrie. There is also The Shining and Salem's Lot. So that's another thing that I haven't read that a lot of people have probably read. Another thing on my TBR that a lot of people have read that I haven't read yet, New Moon. I also have Breaking Dawn. I don't own Eclipse. I bought New Moon and I bought Twilight and New Moon like a long time ago, and then my boyfriend's brother had an extra copy of Breaking Dawn and gave Breaking Dawn to me, so I just need to get Eclipse. So I'm destroying my TBR shelf. Look it. There's a hole. That doesn't look any better. Okay, moving on to the next one. A book on your TBR that everyone recommends to you. I don't really get a lot of recommendations because my channel isn't very big, so I wouldn't say that I have any intense recommendations. I know one book that a lot of people just across BookTube that really rave about and recommend reading is Carry On that I have on my TBR. This book is so old that it's the old cover of Carry On because I bought it when it first came out, and I also tried to read it 2 years back when I very first started BookTube and started talking about books on my channel, and I got this far. So yeah, this would probably be something that not people are specifically recommending to me, but is being recommended across BookTube as a whole that people should read. That's Carry On, and I haven't read it yet, and it's on my TBR. So there's that one. Next question is a book on your TBR that you're dying to read. Oh god. I would say right now, the book on my TBR that I'm dying to read is New Moon, but that's mainly just because I just finished Twilight, and I really just want to read the rest of the series. My New Moon's a little fucked up because it got water on it. So I would say that this is one that I'm really dying to read right now, just because I'm on like a Twilight kick. And yeah, but if my other thing is I'm kind of apprehensive to reading this, even though it's like 600 pages of Twilight. If I finish this, then I don't have Eclipse, and then I have to buy Eclipse. And every time I go on Thrift Books to see if it's on there, and it's always not on there. So, yeah. New Moon. And then the last question is the number of books on your TBR. If we're just going by physical books, I don't want to count them, but I would say there's probably 30 books here. Maybe 40. Not a lot. I don't have a lot of physical books on my TBR. I have a few more ebooks, which if you add those, there's maybe 50 books in total that I haven't read. But it's a very small number, and it's kind of dwindling as I go because I'm trying to chip away at it. So, yeah, not a very big TBR. A lot of these books are really old that I bought a long time ago that I'm trying to read before I can let myself buy new books, which isn't really stopping me much because I'm just buying them in ebook form instead, and it's just a dumb way for me to justify in my head that, like, oh, well, you're not taking up more room here, it's just taking up more space on your phone. But, yeah, so that's the end of this video. I don't really know if it was all that entertaining. I watched Books and Lala's video where she talked about, like, where she did the tag again, and then she looked back on the 2 other years when she had done the tag to see if her answer had changed at all, and so that's what made me want to do this. So credit to her for wanting me to do this video. Oh, lovely. If you want more videos like this, like book tags, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you like watching videos with me in them, I post videos every Sunday and Wednesday, and yeah, I can put a random video here at the end that would be something that maybe you would like. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!